Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here to work on a layout. This is a layout that I did at the crop. This is layout 11 out of 42. And again, it's a page kit that I got done to go to this crop. I got 48 done, completed 42 pages. This layout took me 17 minutes. And the one before this one, I think I forgot to tell you how long it took me, but it took me 18 minutes. So as you can tell, the more layouts that I do, the faster that I am putting these page kits together. Now, when I looked at this, it was, of course, all scraps because that's how I like to build my page kits. It's with scraps. And then I looked at the pattern paper. I decided to go with a 6 by 12 and then like a 6 by maybe 8 or 7. And then I'm going to make 3 different areas on my layout. So I'm going to have on the left side of the layout, I'm going to have a strip there. That's where I'm going to put my pictures. At the bottom right of the layout where you can see the cardstock, I don't know if I'm going to put like a card or if I'm going to put the title. I'm still kind of debating, but I know this is what I want to do. So I'm going to glue this down so that I don't start building too much and then I have to move everything around. Now these pattern papers are super old. I'm pretty sure they're Doodlebug and they're probably a good 15 years old. And so yay for me that I got quite a bit of those scraps used up. So the other day I had to make quite a few different page kits. And when I looked at, because where I keep my scraps is in those plastic baggies that I put my page kits in, and I just stuff them right full. And I must have, I would say 10 of those baggies that are just stuffed with scraps. So definitely I am going to be putting more page kits together using scraps. It's fun to be able to use, full sheets of pattern papers when you make page kits. But for me to just do like one layout and then you take that pattern paper and you stick it in one of those baggies and you don't use it again, it's such a waste. But if you end up making 3 pages with that one pattern paper, then all of a sudden the dollar that you paid for that pattern paper, it took you a long ways. Like you got quite a bit of layouts done. So that is my goal. I am going to be shopping my stash in 2022. Again, I'm probably going to be getting a little bit every month, that kit that I get every month. But for most part, I'm going to be using scraps. My plan is still to have 100 page kits ready in my scrap room. So Project 100 is not going away. It just means that I basically have to start over because I got to 50 basically, and then I ended up, putting most of those page kits together. So probably next week or the week after, I'm probably going to start making page kits again. It's just because of the time of year right now, December daily, I wanted to make sure that I was going to be successful this year with my December daily. So I gave a big push to get that done. And all my foundation pages are done. And next week is December 1st. So now I got to start printing my photos and putting them into the album. And another goal of mine is to get my 2019 album done because I'm almost done with that one. I just got to make sure that I add the pictures. But I'm going to come back and start making page kits again and get my Project 100 back underway. And I don't know if I'm going to go to another crop very soon, but just the fact that I have those in my scrap room is going to help. Maybe, if I don't get to go to another crop, I can just have my own little crop and just say, okay, this next 2 days, I it's funny how it's just such, I was going to say, I can go up in my room and just, work from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. But there's just something different about being at a crop and getting that many pages done. It's like your entire focus is on that. You don't need to focus. Like now while I'm home, I go and I make some pages, but I have other things that are kind of taking my focus. I have to make sure that, you get laundry done and, the bathroom cleaned up and supper made, and, I have to do voiceovers and all this stuff. But when I go to a crop, my whole purpose is just basically take care of myself, which doesn't take much, and then just get pages done. But anyway, just all that to say that I'm going to be starting to make pages very soon. So one of the places that I like to start when I make embellishment clusters is where I'm going to do my journaling. And that's that little card that says happiness. That's going to be my journaling card. So that is my start base. So once I started with that, then I went complete diagonal from it and then did a little embellishment cluster where the photo is at the bottom left of the photo. And then once that was done, then you can go off those two embellishment clusters and then decide on your third one. So if you always have a place where you start your embellishment cluster, whether it's, sometimes I do an embellishment cluster with my title, but most of the time I start where my journaling is, and then I go off of that. Now I'm placing my title down, and one of the things that made it so I was successful was that just before I went on that crop, I spent that week before, I went through all the page kits, or 33 of them, 33 out of 48, and I made sure that I did my journaling and I did some titles. Now I could have done, 15 more, but I ran out of time. So next time I'm going to try to make sure that I have journaling done for all the page kits and then the titles for all the page kits, and try to cut apart all my digital prints, because that was a huge time saver. I only managed to get 10 of them done this time. And then what I ended up doing is on Saturday night, when I felt like my brain just couldn't take it anymore and I couldn't do any more page kits, I spent about an hour and a half, and I ended up cutting up digital prints out of 5 or 6 kits, so that the next morning when I got up, that's how I was able to do 12 layouts on Sunday morning. So every time that I do this kind of thing, like with page kits and going to a crop, I always seem to tweak it and just make it a little better, so that every time I do it, I'm a little bit more successful. And that's it. That's going to complete this layout. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.